Hello and welcome back to MedTech with Indri. On this fourth episode, I sat down with Shubham from AZmed and we discussed a slightly different topic, which I think would be quite interesting for a lot of healthcare professionals. AI. Given that artificial intelligence is coming to the healthcare systems, the majority of AI is still utilized by radiologists. Hence, in this part one, we discussed AZmed mission and how do radiologists accept new technologies and what are the advantages. Stay with us and let us know if you have any more questions. Hello, Shubham. Nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm doing really, really great, Andre. Really nice to meet you. Pleasure being on the show.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will start straight away. Let us know about yourself and AZmed and what you guys are working on.
Perfect. I'll start with AZmed. So AZmed basically is a 7 years old French health tech company. We are based out here in Paris. Our headquarters are here in Paris, France. It's one of the most renowned AI companies in this medical imaging AI space. We have developed and established groundbreaking AI technologies for radiology and for medical imaging AI industry. So basically, AZmed leverages cutting-edge technologies to enhance accuracy and efficiency of medical diagnosis. Our mission is to empower healthcare providers with the state-of-art tools that improve clinical outcomes, streamline their workflows, and ensure the highest safety of the patient and the standards. What we have done, Indre, is we have a comprehensive radiology AI suite of solution which is designed to meet the diverse needs of these healthcare providers across the globe. We basically enable medical professionals to deliver optimal care confidently, more accurately, and more faster. So AZmed is one of the first companies in the world to receive CE Class 2B certificate in its category of musculoskeletal radiology. We are on our way to transform the radiology by enhanced diagnostic capabilities, increasing efficiency, and focusing on personalized medical care. These are a couple of steps that we have taken into account to deliver the best technology stack we can provide. Just to tell more about a little bit about myself. So I'm Shivam. I am the Director of Strategic Business for AZmed. My responsibility as a Global Strategic Business Director is directly aligned with our goals of global expansion and driving enterprise business. Honestly, I started my career in 2015, and I started with telecom innovation and healthcare enablement for the real-world connectivity. I was doing telecom. At the same time, I was in the healthcare domain for telecom businesses. That's where my healthcare journey started in 10 years back. Yeah, it has been 10 years. Time flies. I've been part of health tech space since it was 2.0. We were not even discussing AI, MLOps. We were not discussing LLMs. It was back in those days, I was building businesses for hospital information system, radiology information system, PACS, EMRs. So I've been part of healthcare 2.0, then 3.0, and now I'm doing healthcare 4.0 and 5.0. A lot has changed in the last 10 years. And yeah, the journey has been exceptional.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, you touched like different spectrum, but it's so evolving during the years, and it's great probably see obviously how the technology is changing all the time. And I guess that leads us to second question. As I was checking the data, it seems like last year 700 AI healthcare algorithms were approved by the FDA, and even 76% that's coming from radiology, so showing huge growth in AI medical imaging across the US. And same in Europe, this topic is very much increasing, and obviously we've seen in NHS, the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence has given a green light to use AI when examining x-rays. So you mentioned working very much globally, especially at the moment, looking in that kind of expansion as a business. So how does the radiology continue to transform across the globe?
I think that's a fantastic question, Andre. I think radiology as a space and medical imaging AI is undergoing a significant transformation right now. There are several factors. One is there is an acceptance of these digital technologies, and Largely, all these technology are advancing in artificial intelligence and machine learning. You're right, there are so many AI vendors that got FDA approved. This shows there is a demand for these AI technologies. There is a use case. That's why people are building these technologies. AZmed itself has significantly improved the accuracy of diagnostic care by assisting radiologists in detecting abnormalities at a very earlier stage, detecting pathologies that are very complex for imaging results. That's what radiologists need. They need their time to be freed up so that they can focus on the complex cases and the patient interaction. This efficiency is especially crucial in emergency settings, and that's what we do. I think as far as the global markets are concerned, I think it has to grow. There's nothing that will stop the adoption of AI, and we have seen it. I mean, I've seen it in years now that adoption of AI today is at 10x speed, and it bridges the gaps in healthcare access by providing high quality imaging interpretation in underserved areas. Like remote monitoring and teleradiology services are now enhanced by these AI tools. You're right about these entities like FDA and NICE. They're doing really, really great work by promoting AI, by endorsing the use of AI, and at the same time regulating it. At the same time, looking at AI as an encouraging innovation rather than a threat. Clear guidelines and standards that are being made by these institutes and agencies will definitely facilitate the trust and the adoption of AI technologies at a scale. By automating routine tasks and improving workflow efficiency, AI can actually reduce operational cost in radiology departments, emergency departments, and this can really, really help manage healthcare cost as a whole globally. There needs to have we still need to have clear guidelines and approval processes for these facilities to quickly integrate in some regions, while other may lag in establishing such frameworks, right? And as AI becomes more prevalent in radiology, and it is now discussed around the globe based on the ethical use, data privacy, and algorithm transparency. So these situations are definitely rising with time, and I think it is just because we have so much demand in the market. We have so many interesting clinical use cases that fits the return on investment for a private player, that fits the cost saving for a public player. And from a radiologist point of view, it is definitely helping them, sorting them to focus on more complex cases where they really where their time is really required.
Thank you so much for that. So, as you mentioned, cost reduction, that's a huge benefit, and obviously optimizing the daily activity. So I guess in general, like what does AI help with, radiologists on like a kind of daily basis? How does that technology work with practitioners?
So AI significantly enhances various tasks for these radiologists and healthcare providers. It streamlines their day-to-day workflows and it supports the radiologist based on a decision-making process. And that's why it is required in a day-to-day action for a radiologist. AZmed assists, it helps in quickly identifying fractures, for example, on a musculoskeletal department or emergency department. It can detect scaphoid pathways. It can detect such complex cases that sometimes are missed by the eyes of radiologists, right? Such as cases like tumor fractures or lung nodule with high accuracy. If AZmed can do it within seconds, it is definitely automating their day-to-day operations, right? Automating end-to-end processes of a radiologist without adding more steps to the current workflow. Imagine a scenario where a radiologist doesn't have to do anything which he's doing today, and he can predict that case within 10 seconds. So AZmed streamlines the most time-consuming and administrative tasks, such as, organizing and prioritizing the cases based on urgency, priority, and the abnormality of that case. This helps radiologists manage workloads more efficiently and minimize delays in patient care. For example, on cases like multiple fractures, scaphoid, green stick for pediatric cases, and then lung nodule to detect lung cancer at a very early stage helps double checking the initial readings, right? AI helps reduce diagnostic errors. Imagine the amount of money any healthcare provider has to spend on these litigation cases that can be saved by the AI as a second read. And then at the same time, we can also assist in generating a first level report by filling in structure fields based on the findings. It streamlines the documentation burden. It reduces, again, a lot of time for these administrative tasks. And with the changing tech stack, the adoption criteria, we always want to be flexible enough to match the expectations in terms of visual integrations, feedbacks, and focus not on adding more steps to their current workflow so that they can actually use and utilize AI in day-to-day practice and benefit out of
I
it.
think every industry has like obviously benefits and well, I guess opportunities and challenges, let's say. And it's exactly the same what's happening with AI, and that's across different infrastructures. But I think you can still feel a bit of a skepticism from various people, right? And you work closely with general practitioners, and I'm just interested, is there a demand for such a solution or a slight hesitation towards AI? How do general practitioners accept such solutions, I guess?
It's a really, really interesting one. It has been such a long time I've been working with these radiologists, these healthcare providers. I think it is a mix of enthusiasm and caution due to both the potential of AI and the limitation of in adoption of AI. Some radiologists worry that AI may replace certain diagnostic tasks and reduce the need of human interpretation. That is completely irrelevant in there. And I think rather using AI it as a mode of decision support system, they can gain efficiency. AI is more likely to augment radiologist capabilities than replacing them. It allows the radiologist or the healthcare providers to focus on the complex cases, as I said, that requires clinical judgment, right? And similar to every industry that has seen technological changes over the time, they are always concerned about the learning curve and the workflow integration of these AI tools. The new AI system requires clinicians to adopt and learn new processes, which takes time, which they feel initially slow down the workflow, but that doesn't happen in our scenario. In multiple cases, we have seen as a company that this resistance and irony is that the same people come back to us, and they come back to us after becoming our user with a testimonial, and they agree within a couple of months and weeks that it has made their workflow more efficient, and it is saving them time, money, and it actually ensures the trust and transparency for the users and the healthcare providers by providing the explanation. For example, it allows them to understand its decision-making process, to trust the AI. We have so many scientific abstract and publications now that demonstrate that the trust in AI is higher, and it demonstrates more accuracy, reliability, top integration quality, and aligning with the radiologist clinical thoughts and expertise. There is an acceptance now among a lot of practitioners, and it's likely to increase, as I said, especially with proper training, validation, and regulatory standards.
Okay.
There will be, most probably, there'll be two sort of people in there, to be honest. One that are using AI, and the others that will still run away from AI, and that's where the major difference would be.
Yeah, I think that's where people kind of split a little bit, like very against it or very, very likely to accept. But it's definitely the future, and a lot of people, going into that way in terms of adoption. And I think it's very important to, kind of prove the concept, and having a great solution in house is always, very, very beneficial. But there are still quite a few unanswered questions from the market as a whole, I guess, in terms of AI regulations, for instance, in Europe. So what are the main challenges right now in the market for kind of medical imaging market in general?
The most concerning reason is that there are no fixed or clear protocols to use these AI tools globally. And when I say globally, it varies from hospital to hospital, country to country, region to region. And then it is also very different for the clinical settings we want to deploy into, right? We can deploy our solutions in IPD, OPD, A&E, emergency departments, orthopedic departments, special musculoskeletal departments, sports centers. The opinions change for private practitioner or a public practice. The defining the implementation plan and pathway is the biggest challenge, and it is not standard, so it is time consuming. We also have seen that in the past, these integrations with third-party applications, because it's an omni-channel industry, right? We have to integrate with third parties like PACS, RIS, and since it involves multiple parties, it usually takes longer than usual, and it hinders the implementation cycle. So there are ways that every enterprise, third party, or the hospital, I think they need to customize their workflow, and that is time consuming for everyone. For us, because it's a delayed in validation, training, and deployment. There is a resistance among the radiologists to use these AI tools initially. I think that's the biggest challenge, and it is more concerning in tier 3 and tier 2 geographies, right? Globally, they do trust AI. They are using AI on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to accepting these technologies, I think there is a skepticism, there is a resistance right now. And then AI models need extensive validation, right? These AI models need so much validation in real world setting with diverse patient population as to prove the accuracy of these AI and into imaging devices. And that's again very costlier thing in terms of making these AI models validate. We as a global adoption company, I think we have seen rigorous clinical and scientific publications, and it requires time, money, and a lot of effort. UK as a market has been leading example where it is very clear to the authorities that AI tools are helpful and can be used in day-to-day practice.
Yeah, I think, to create a good AI, you need good data, accurate data, right? And collecting that data is very important. But then I think that's where we're facing a little bit of a challenge in the market in terms of like how to regulate that data and how to be compliant in terms of the healthcare data, because obviously it's very sensitive. So very, very interesting thoughts. Thank you so much for that, Shivam. And I guess that's my typical question. And this is the final one. I'm not going to keep you any longer. But how do you see the market emerging? And especially from your past experiences, you've seen the technology evolving. What are your thoughts about the future for medical imaging?
I think it is really promising. The advancements that are happening across globe in medical imaging AI it's really, really promising. It is really increasing the efficiency of day-to-day operation in terms of any particular individual as a radiologist or as a whole, as a group of hospitals or clinics. I think it is set to accelerate at a great pace now. AI tools, and especially in AZmed portfolio, we will get increasingly sophisticated at identifying subtle abnormalities, and maybe it is then more accepted by an experienced radiologist, right? Complex problems in trauma and emergency departments, and to identify, as I said, lung nodule or cancer at a very early stage. This will shape up the point care system, right? And there are no surprises about that. We have seen healthcare providers spending tons of money on increasing the tech stack that they have. I think everyone is betting big on becoming future ready. And adoption of AI, it will increase 10x in upcoming years. I've seen that now, I've seen that last year, and we are seeing it the way the implementation frameworks are now shaping up. I think economically, clinically, and technically, everything is validated now in terms of return on investment, accuracy, and the seamless integration approach that we have taken at AZmed is now moving to the bigger shift where people will be cloud first, mobile first, they are seamlessly integrated within the systems. And beyond detection, AI will enable predictive analysis that assesses the likelihood of disease and the patient outcome, right? It's going to help doctors make better informed treatment decisions at a very early stage. We are already working on foundation models for our use cases. It is trained on vast data set. These models are designed to be versatile. At AZmed, our goal is to become a 360-degree comprehensive AI suite for our users. And next in our bucket are generative AI apps. The near future down the line, 3-5 years, is tailored pinpoint decision care by identifying which treatment will be most effective for which individual or the patient. Giants like Google Health, AWS Health are already advancing in these tools. They're using their health data lakes to make precision care a reality. And I think talk of the town, LLMs and NLP is now here. People are working on that, and so are we. So I think it's gonna drastically change in the upcoming 3 to 5 years, and it is set to accelerate at a great pace.
I do agree with you, Shivam, but thank you so much for your time. Exciting plans ahead, I guess, for the
Yeah.
whole medical imaging, industry in general around the globe, not only Europe and the US. So really exciting to see all those technologies coming into market. And again, wish you best of luck. Thanks so much for your time today and speak soon.
Thank you so much, Indre.